my channel. My name is Laura, and today I am doing Top 10 Tuesday, and I came up this idea from Books Amino. I'm going to go with 5 authors that I want to read in 2018 and 5 authors that I have read before and want to read more books in 2018. So I'm going to first do my 5 authors that I have not read yet and I want to try one of their books. So there are 5 authors that I have here, and the first author is Wally Lamb. I have a few of his books on my shelf. They are big fat books, and I'm hoping to read at least one of them. Yeah, I've heard he's an amazing author. I just haven't had a chance to pick them up. If you have read Wally Lamb and you suggest something to read by him where I should start, please comment below. Okay, the second author that I would like to read in 2018 is Cecilia Ahern. She's been talked about a lot on my channel, and I have not picked up a book yet from her. I know that Elizabeth mentioned her before, and I'm hoping that maybe we could read something together. So I have a few books on my shelf, and I also picked up a new YA book that she just wrote recently, so I might pick up that one first. It's called Floored, and yeah, I like to read her and see what she's all about. So yeah, I haven't read her yet. Okay, the third author that I like to try is a psychological thriller mystery novel author, and I would really like to try her books because I know I'm probably gonna love her. So I have a few books on my shelf that I like to read, and the author's name is Gardner. So I have a few psychological thrillers that I love to read by her, and yeah, so I'm hoping that I will like her. Okay, on to the fourth author that I like to read for 2018. Now, I haven't picked out which book yet, so for any of these authors. I just picked out, I was like, I definitely want to read one of their books. So this author I've been collecting, and I just love the covers. I think it's a nice summer read. She's a summer author, I think contemporary adult. And the author's name is Hildenbrand. I have not read any of her books, but I have collected a lot, and a lot of her books have this beach theme on the front. So yeah, have you read any Hildenbrand, and where should I start by reading her? What book should I start with? I'm sure I probably own it. So yeah, so that's the fourth author. The fifth author that I like to read, now I attempted to read this author before, but I never finished her book. So I'm going to attempt to read her again. And the author has the same name as me, so of course I had to collect some of her books. So I think that she writes mystery or psychological thriller type books. And the author's name is Lippman. So I will definitely be picking up one of her books and hopefully finishing it in the year 2018. So if you have read any of those 5 authors and you recommend which books I should start with, please comment below. Okay, moving on to authors that I have read and loved. So, of course, once I find an author that I like to read more books by that author. So let's start with the first author, which is one of my favorites. I think I own all her books, and I've read all of her books except for 2. And I need to read 3. The author's name is Morty. I really loved whatever I read by her. I loved it. So yeah, yeah, I can't wait to read her. The books that I have not read yet is the Guilty one that just came out. I don't remember the name of it. It's Love Guilty something or other. It's her new one. And a real old one, which is Three Wishes. So I will definitely want to read either that one or the Guilty one. So those are the 2 books that I haven't read from her, but I've read all her other books and I really love them. Okay, the second author that I want to finish reading her books. I read 2 of her books. She only has 3 out right now. I'm probably going to screw up her name, so sorry about that. Her name is Ruta Septis. I think. And I will put her picture here. And the book that I need to read in 2018 is the book that I haven't read yet, which is Shades of Grey. So I have read Out of the Easy, which I really liked, and I read, what was the other one? I think it was something about the sea. Something about the sea. It's a World War II book. But I really loved what I read by her. She has a great writing style. So yes, I'm definitely going to be picking up that book sometime in 2018. I don't know when, but yes. Okay. The third author that I like to read more of. Now, I've only read one book by this author, and I really liked it. She wrote The Nightingale. The author's name is Kristen Hanna. And I have quite a few of her books on my shelf that I have not read yet. I know that Lisa's Book Club is going to be reading her new release at the end of the year, so I'll definitely be picking up that one. It's called Great... I can't see my handwriting. Great Alone. It's coming out the end of the year. I don't remember what month, but Lisa's Book Club is reading it, so we will definitely be reading that. I don't know if I will be picking up another book by her, but I do have them on my shelf that I like to pick up. A new to me author that I loved in 2017. Of course, I have to pick up more of his books. I read A Man Called Ave, and the author's name is Frederick Bachman, and I'm looking down on my journal, and I really loved his book, so I will definitely be picking up one of his other books. He is a Swedish author. His books are translated from Swedish to American English, and yeah, I really loved her. A Man Called Ave. It was fantastic. I know it's very sad. And you might not want to read about a grumpy old man, but I swear I was enrolled in that book, and it reminded me of my grandfather, and yeah, it was great. I loved it. So it had it was sad. It was also funny. His writing style is really amazing. His movie, they should have did it in English. I would have liked it better. His movie was okay. I had to read subtitles, so yeah, I wish they would have done it in English, but anyway, so that's the fourth author. My fifth author is an author that I've been reading. She is very popular. She has lots and lots of books out. I've really enjoyed everything I've read by her. And the author is Jodi Picoult. So yeah, so I will be reading more of her books. The books that I liked by her was The Story Keeper. It was set in World War II. Actually, it's set now, but it has a Nazi character in it. And it was amazing. And then I was like, oh, I have to read more of her books. So this past year, I read My Sister's Keeper, which I really liked. I also read The Small Great Things. I don't know if I read it this year or the year before that. But every time I read her books, I really like them, and I have accumulated quite a bit. And there are a few more coming in my book haul coming from book outlets. So yeah, I collected ones that I didn't have on my shelf. So yeah, she will definitely be reading in 2018. I don't know which books I'm reading yet, but I will definitely be reading another one of her books this year. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. I don't know how my lighting is. That I'm trying in a new location, so I'm hoping you enjoyed this. Happy reading, and I will see you in another video.